Hi, this is Christopher James with another Branson Business Spotlight, and I am at Runz with Scissorz with Mr. James Cummings. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you have a really, really unique business here.
I hope so.
No, I really think it is. And you know what? I'll have you explain what it is in a second, but it took me like 3 days to get what the name of your business is and how it ties in. I was a fool about it. But tell everyone basically a description of what you have going here.
Runz with Scissorz is a hair and fitness studio. I've been a hairstylist for 26 years. Mm-hmm. The original concept in beauty school 27 years ago was to have a gym and salon together. I got a little off track, got a little unhealthy. Uh-huh. My dad had a heart attack when I was 42 years old. He was 60, and I was like, why am I doing certain things to myself?
Right.
So I turned my life around, got back in shape. I've lost 50 pounds. I ran 2 marathons.
Wait, you lost 50 pounds?
Yeah, I've lost 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Quit smoking, lost 50 pounds, run marathons. Mm-hmm. And my parents, who always told me can't, never could, told me on the phone one day after their heart attacks they couldn't walk 5 minutes out their door, turn around and come back. And I was like, well, then it's time to teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
So I quit the job I had for 8 years, which was a great job. Put myself in a personal trainer school through OTC, a program, a World Instructor Training School. I've spent the past year doing that. Still got a little internship to go through, but it's all coming around.
And here you are.
And here I am.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to take people, over 35 and say, hey, learn to play again.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's exercise. We hear the word exercise and we think work.
Right.
Work out. They've made all the lingo wrong.
Right.
As kids, we were told to go outside and play, and we exercised. That's what we did. Mm-hmm. So it's learn to play. It's time to learn to play again.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm here to do. I want people moving. If they just move 20 minutes a day,
Right. It's just the mobility. I interviewed some acrobats here a couple of days ago, and like they say, your body is the one thing you have your whole life, no matter what. So you have to take care of it. Right. And so you help them take care of their bodies and look good at the same time.
And look good, yeah. I can.
There you go.
Do you head to toe?
Well, there you are. Right.
And the Runz with Scissorz, of course, is because I am a runner. I was originally a runner, and when I quit smoking, I started running again. And so Runz with Scissorz.
Yeah. I was a fool. I was telling somebody that I was coming down here. I said, there's this little area of Branson that there are several businesses around here. And I live right across the road. And I didn't even know this all was back here, to tell you the truth. It's kind of hidden in a little neighborhood here, and I had no idea. But came down and met you and a bunch of other people around here, and there's a lot going on that's not at the landing.
That's not at the landing. Yeah, this is a cool little neighborhood we have down here.
It is. And all the buildings are really cool.
It's almost all about body health, and
because everyone comes down here and goes to the landing, and you have all these little.
Oh, yeah. I walk to the landing from here.
Oh, I know.
I don't park at the
I know.
landing.
I just had my kids down here getting a tattoo the other day.
Oh, did you?
No, I have on the bottom of their foot, I tattoo Andy. So it's like Toy Story.
Okay.
No, but you have a ton of medals all over the place. And these are these recent, or are these from like when you were in
everything
school?
On the left. Those 12, there's 2 marathons, 125K, and the rest are half marathons.
25K? I don't even think I can drive 25K.
That's 15 miles.
Yeah, that's too far for me.
Marathons, of course, are 26.2, and the rest of the other 7 are half marathons that I either came anywhere between first and third place in my age division. And everything on the right is 5 and 10Ks, and those are all first to third place in my age division, and that's what I've done in 5 years.
In 5 years?
Yeah.
You got all that?
Yeah.
I have a Boy Scout medal for participation. That's what I have. Yeah. I don't have.
I was a Live Scout.
You were a what?
I was a Live Scout.
I don't know what that means. What is that?
I was almost an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
But moved out on my own, in high school.
Yeah. So did you go to school and stuff around here?
I grew up in West Plains. A lot of people don't know this about West Plains. If you're a runner, you tend to know this. But the Scissorz, that's what they're called there. The Lightning Bolt is their mascot. But their cross-country team is a state championship cross-country team. They've won state almost every year forever.
Really?
Joe Bill Dixon's their coach. He was my coach. I wasn't one of the better runners, but he gave me a love and appreciation for running, which rekindled in my 40s. Mm-hmm. And so I give him the credit for that. And someday I hope I get to tell him that. And the Z on my name is because of the Scissorz, kind of paying honor to my home school, so I ended Runz and Scissorz with a Z.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's where that
yeah,
comes from.
West Plains, big into running. Everybody's trying to apparently get out of West Plains.
Right.
It's just a skill. They're like running to get away. And they're very good at driving. Lots of NASCAR people, too.
Yeah, we're having a high school reunion, my 30th next summer, and we're going to 11 Point River. We're not even going to West Plains. So.
Yeah, my hometown, it's like that, too. They're always... I get invited back. I graduated from Ohio, and they're like, come back for our reunion. And I said, I didn't talk to you people when I went to school there. I'm not going to fly back.
This will be my first.
Yeah. No,
but I've seen pictures, and I'm kind of in shape now.
Yeah, yeah, true. That's better. Yeah,
it's not very nice.
I know. I joke all the time because they found me on Facebook because I just don't stay in touch with those people because I've been away for so long and stuff, and they think some of my photos are from a long time ago and stuff because I'm older than you probably think, and I say no, I pay a lot of money to look,
Right.
this
Well, I'm
bad,
47, so I totally understand.
Yeah. Well, not too far off.
I'm a 25-year-old, 47-year-old. So.
Yeah, there you go. But here in Branson, they treat you like a kid, right?
That's right. That's right. Isn't that the truth?
So the gym that you have here, I mean, you have a little bit of everything. What would you say the style of working out of personal training is that you do? Because there's all the fads.
The equipment you see in this gym is my personal equipment. Mm-hmm. I wanted people to see that it's easy, that it's not hard. You don't have to have a whole gym at home. And mostly, I teach people to use their body.
Right.
We do a little bit of free weights. I have a couple of ladies who really, really like that. So I get them over on the weights because, it makes them feel good.
It feels like they're doing something.
And the key is to find what they like to do. If they haven't been mobile for 20 years and suddenly they have an interest in maybe getting in better shape, we're not all supposed to look like Adonis.
Yeah, you're not going to have them deadlifting.
Just because you lift weights doesn't make you healthy. Just because you run doesn't make you healthy if you're doing everything else bad.
Right.
So if I can get you in here and at least get you mobile and find something that you really like to do, then you're going to go home and do that in 12 weeks without me. Mm-hmm. And that's my whole point. I want you to be with me for 12 or 16 weeks and then not need me anymore. If you need me for accountability, I'll take your money.
Yeah.
But
and then fly, baby bird.
The whole thing is to teach you how to do this on your own.
Right.
Because I taught myself how to do it on my own. Mm-hmm. And if I could be that person that helped you because nobody showed me, once I got into the running community and they started noticing me, I have wonderful people like Becky Lawrence. There's the Ozarks Running Club with Shane Nahr and David Ayer used to be here. A bunch of great guys that I run with in groups. Nathan Olson, he's a hairstylist.
He's my neighbor.
Yeah, Nathan's a nice guy. We do group runs together. Great little community in Branson, a running community.
Yeah,
and,
I always see him.
They started encouraging, and the best thing about running is you're not racing against anybody else but yourself. It's always your personal time, and the whole race thing, at the first of the race and at the end is the camaraderie of just the people. There's zero prejudice in running. Mm-hmm. Everybody sees you as a runner.
Right.
That's it.
I've tried.
As a white guy,
I wish I could do it. I wish I could run. I went out for cross country and stuff in school, not by choice. My parents decided that I was going to do this, and I was horrible because I ended up having, I have sports asthma. And so I would get all worked up and feel like I was, what's that called? Dying. and the coach who was there would just say, run it off, run it off. I'm like, run it off? I'd be falling down and passing out, but I wish I could run and stuff. But do you get your people to run or not?
Actually, two of my ladies did their first 5K at the Turkey Trot.
Oh, yeah.
First one ever in their lives.
And that's the race where you're being chased by turkeys.
That's by turkeys down at the landing. I have another girl, for example, that she's been a friend of mine for years, and every time she sees me, she goes, I hate running. I know you hate running. I hate running.
We get along.
We're working her out here, so she comes in here, and we turn aerobics into dancing.
Yeah.
That's the disco ball. That's music. Whatever it takes to make it fun.
Yeah. I say that too.
And turn the music up, and we may be doing laterals, and we turn it in, we start moving our arms, and we do a little diddy bop to it, and next thing you know, she's done 20 minutes of cardio without realizing she just did cardio.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of that kind of thing because I travel and do cruise ships a lot. And so being on the road, I buy all of the beach body stuff, which I think is pretty cool because it's kind of what you're saying is that you they have the dancing ones, and they teach you how to hip hop dance, but you're really working out and all that
but
stuff.
you're really working out.
Yeah, and
yoga
I think that's
is nothing
great.
more than stretching. If you go to a yoga class, and I'm sure they'll tell you there's more into it, but everything I know about stretching, and I've been to yoga classes, is it's stretching.
Right.
Yeah.
And
it's just fluid movements and stretching, and not the football movements of stretching.
Yeah, just loosening up the body and stuff. Because just getting started, just that first warm up is what really gets you on the path of wanting to work out. Because you get that, you get that high.
You get that endorphin. You get those.
Exactly.
They just kind of.
Yeah, I don't think we can say high.
I have one lady who keeps saying, when are these endorphins going to kick in? But yet she sends me texts like, I did a 30-second plank. And I'm like, that's those endorphins.
Yeah, right.
But you want to do that plank at home. I didn't have to tell you to do that. You did that on your own.
Yeah.
Because you wanted to do that. So you're starting to get the want to exercise.
Yeah. And after a while, you get that. And I tried to work it in because I get really lazy myself, and just don't feel like doing it. I think, I've reached a certain level. I'm good for a while. And so I've taught myself, I don't watch a lot of television, for example, like very rarely. But if I do, my thing is when the commercials come on, do sit-ups or do planks or do push-ups the whole time. I rotate to kind of punish myself. Not punish myself, I guess, but, have a little routine going and stuff.
Exactly. Punishment to me is to miss a run.
Is to what?
Miss a run.
Miss a run.
If I get up in the morning and have my 2 cups of coffee and I'm telling myself, you don't want to go out, it's 17 degrees.
Yeah.
I still put my tights on. I put my windbreaker on, hats and gloves. And when I get home, I'm so glad I went and did my run.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just takes that first half mile for me to get into it. And then I'm in my zone. And that's me and my maker talking to each other. That's me just, what am I going to do today? Putting the work plan together. Or me just having no thought whatsoever and watching nature.
Oh, yeah. That's the best part.
And I always run out by the lake. It's one of the reasons I moved here was because of the lakes. So I run out the lake almost every day. Now I have a great place to run down here. And if I work somebody out at 7 in the morning and I have an hour, I go for a run. So,
wow. I wish I could. You're much more motivated when it comes to running.
It changed my life. I was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning coughing up black stuff from smoking cigarettes for 18 years.
Yeah, that can't be good. That's a bad sign.
And then you're sitting here thinking, okay, your 3 grandparents died of cancer, 2 of them lung cancer, and now your father just had a heart attack. What on earth are you doing? And I said, well, if I die at 52, it won't be because of cigarettes. And I put them down, started taking the fruit to work with me. When the people I work with would go out for their cigarette break, I took an apple with me.
Yeah.
I still did my routine, hand to mouth, everything. Within a month, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was making more money because I'm booking more appointments because I don't have to take a cigarette break.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
And I'm not having to buy cigarettes, so it's like a double finance. So it's just been a change in life for me, and I want other people to change their lives. It's not going to promise me a longer life, but I'm going to have a better life because of it.
Right.
I'm the guy that'll go out here with my 13-year-old niece and do a round off to a toe touch, and I can still do that at almost 48 years old.
Yeah.
And she gets amazed.
Right.
But it's because I can.
Yeah. Yeah, because you see people your age, my age, around here that don't do any type of working out, and they might as well be like 70 years old. It's miserable, isn't it?
It's sad. It's very sad.
I have to say, living in Branson motivates me to want to work out because you see these poor people
to Branson,
that
nobody worked out. When I moved to Branson, everybody was 75 years old, and that's okay. I'm going to be 75 one day. I love those people, But everybody sat at the bar and smoked.
Yeah.
They're all retired and they don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah. Some of them. Because then I would see the ones that.
But now I see
them
out on the trails. Hey, James, they wave at me as they're walking, or some of them run. I know some 80-year-old marathon runners. They're great people. They're fun people. Because they're very young-hearted.
Right.
People say, well, what are you going to do if you're running and you have a heart attack in the middle of your run? I'm like, I'm going to die happy because I was running.
Yeah, that's better than having the same heart attack.
One of the things I love to do the most, is run. So, and I talk about running a lot, but.
Well, it's what you do. It's runs. It's the runs. So
this year I really got into core training, and that's really improved my running. So my races don't hurt like they used to. So
right.
I'm strong.
Yeah, I see you use the balance balls and stuff here.
We use those.
And I love that. Yeah. That's what I sit on when I work
It's great for weights and stuff, and it really, really, really helps us.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of NPR, and I had really bad back problems that I hurt doing a workout here in town through somebody, and before I learned my lesson. But on NPR, they talk about people and how now everyone has back problems. And they say that they had a guy on there that specialized in evolution, biological evolution. And he said the problem is that we don't use our cores because everyone sits in a chair all day. And it's not that we sit, but we have the backs on the chairs. And so you sit and you use that to stabilize yourself. Where, like we're on stools, or if you're on a balance ball, you have to use your core. And so his recommendation was to get a chair without a back, and that would at least engage your core and stuff. Because people don't realize, and the core isn't just sit-ups.
No,
I mean,
it's not
people
just
think
sit-ups.
that, my core workout is doing sit-ups, which actually are not super good for you all the time.
It takes 22,000 crunches to lose a pound of belly fat, and I can run 5 pounds a day for a week, and I can lose a pound of belly
Again,
fat.
with the running, you're
So-
all about the running.
I'd rather run the 25 miles
know.
than do 22,000
I wish
crunches.
I could do it. I do.
Walk.
What's that?
Walk.
Walk. I wish I could. Like seriously,
I know.
I
Some
stand
people
up.
just aren't built for it. Some people
No,
are. And
I'm not trying to
that's
make
the honest-
excuses,
no,
but
it's the truth.
I stand up all the time, and I run. I do, because we do these workouts, but not 25 miles or whatever. But I get shin splints and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
I
what
would
do you
do
do
one
for
of
that?
those a year.
Really? You have
I
it
would do one of those
scheduled.
a year.
You know when you're going to get it. But it's bad when
Something
doing what I do.
3
Like
months
I
ahead of
can't.
time, you go into total marathon training, and
Yeah.
you work yourself up to like a 22-mile run a couple of weeks
22 miles,
before the 26-mile run, and then
Where do you do these? Like, where do they have the really long ones? Do you ever do any of the big ones, like Boston?
the
or
two
anything?
I've done. My first one was the Frisco Trail, which is just north of Springfield. You actually can start
Crisco? Like the
Frisco.
Oh, Frisco.
Yeah,
All right,
like
because that would be
a
awesome
railroad.
if it was a Crisco
It's no
trail.
railroad trail, and they've taken up the tracks, and now it's a running, biking, horse track.
Oh, that'd be cool. 'Cause
And
it'd
it
be all
goes
leveled
from
out.
Springfield to Bolivar, Missouri.
Oh,
So it's like 26 miles long.
Yeah.
And the first marathon was halfway out and back, of course, 26 miles. Of course, my goal in marathons, honestly, is just to finish them.
Just to get to the end.
You know,
Yeah.
that's in most marathons. If you ask them that, I'm not in it for the medal there. You get a finisher's medal, but I'm not in there for a placement.
Yeah,
So
right.
my second one was in New Orleans. That was the Rock and Roll Marathon. 17,000 people in that race.
Oh, my God.
Lead guitarist from who was it? Rock band, can't remember. Anyhow, played the national anthem, lead guitar. They raised $96,000 for leukemia that morning. That was probably the most fun race I've ever been, and there was a rock band every 2 miles playing music. As you
Oh, that's
pass
awesome.
by.
That would be interesting.
It was just an amazing. There was 3 Olympic runners, so I got to see those, and that's a big deal to me. That's
They
my
probably
sport,
placed. Did they
know.
place?
Well, yeah, I'm at mile 15, and the first place guy goes by. He's a mile from the finish line, so he's 10 miles ahead of me. And once again, I'm like just there to complete the race.
Just
Now,
finish
half
it.
marathons is where I start getting a little. I get competitive in those just because I'm kind of fast. I can, so.
Yeah, you're you're a speed guy.
Well, 13 miles. I prefer a longer race. 3 mile, a 5K. They're fun. I do those for fun. Always.
We have a ton of those
I do the
around here.
firecracker. I do the turkey trot.
The turkey
everything
trot.
else is half.
I love that
marathons.
name, the turkey trot.
But every other race I do is a half marathon. Because I love half marathons.
Yeah.
I just love running that far. That sounds weird. I never run less. I run anywhere from 3 to 6 miles a day, and I do 10 to 15 on Saturday morning. That's my long run day. And
Yeah.
I run 35 miles a week during the winter, 45 in the summer.
Wow.
It's
I just can't imagine. I barely want to drive to Springfield because it's too far in the car. Okay, so you got the exercise stuff down. Now let's talk about the hair stuff. So do you have a lot of the same clients that do both? Just out of curiosity, because I'm thinking you got the bike here. You could be doing hair while they're
I
pedaling.
have one person. I have actually 3 people that I do their hair that I'm training now. 2 started this week, and I have 3 that no, they're not.
No, you don't have any.
They're not.
cross.
That's what I mean. I have 3 that are cross. They do hair.
Right.
I do their hair and I train them.
Right.
And I have 3 that are not. One's actually another hairstylist here in town.
He comes to work out.
No,
or
she
do-
comes here to train. So,
well, there you go.
yeah, but I've known her for probably 25 years. I knew her before I even moved to Branson, so
Yeah.
she's one of my uncle's friends. And,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Well, that's neat. But I think it's kind of cool because you have that in the back. You have all your stuff out front here, and giant mirrors. It's not a pretty sight when I watch myself work out. So.
yeah, I always tell people, I was like, the mirrors are there for you to watch your form, not to watch yourself.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
Don't take a selfie of yourself in front of the
you know,
mirror.
and it's for me to watch their form too, because if we're doing aerobics and there's two people standing behind me, I can see how they're doing, and if they're not doing it right, I can show them how to do it. That's my job.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and hair,
What's that?
and hair, it kind of goes with the health stick hair. I will kind of explain a little bit about the hair. I use all non-ammonia products. Pureology. I'm kind of all natural when it comes to your hair too.
But not when
That
working
has
out.
been
It's
a-
not all
no,
natural.
No,
when
no,
you're
no.
working
That's been a very good career for me. It's been a great career to my life. I'm a third generation stylist, number 7 in my family. There's 8 of us.
out. Oh, wow.
I know through the years I've kind of like know exactly what I'm good at, and I am good at it. One of the nice things about having my own place is I can set my own time limits. It's a one-on-one basis. I only work one-on-one,
Yeah.
you know, in the salon. I don't do groups or anything like that.
Yeah, so it's not like going to Walmart and having
Right,
that.
right. You know, not like that. No, no. You know, and I'm busy enough that if it's even in children, if you have children, I'll cut your children's hair if I cut your hair. You know, but that's the only children I do. And,
Yeah. That's what's cool about around here.
I don't have a walk-in basis. I'm very privileged. I've been to this area long enough that I have a great hair clientele. And
People know
the
you.
powers that be said you can be a trainer, but you still have to do hair.
Yeah, right.
So, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, right.
So-
Yeah. I've been through that whole thing. Like when I wanted to get into performing, I still had to do my stuff that paid for the performing
Right.
stuff for a while.
But I've rekindled since it's my own place and it's my own way and it's my own program with everything. I love doing hair. I
Yeah.
love the camaraderie with people. I love talking to people.
Yeah.
I can talk.
How long have you had this open?
I have been open since September 4th.
Oh, really? I thought it was a lot longer than
No,
that.
I've only
Oh.
been here since September 4th. So I found this building the second I finished my classes. I finished my testing 3 weeks ago. And so...
Oh, so this is really, really new. Like I thought you
we're
had been here
brand
for a
new.
little while.
No, I've just been here since September 4th.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a website or anything that people can go
I
to?
have getting it up. It's www.runzwithscissorz.com.
With Z's.
With Z's.
Yeah.
Runs with
It's here.
Scissorz.
We'll put it at the bottom. Can you see it? we always pretend like
Oh,
it's,
okay.
yeah, right here. That's cool. But through the website, can they make appointments and all that? or-
No, my phone, we do everything through texting, messaging, things like that. I also have hairdude67@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
Like Surfer Dude, but I'm Hair Dude. We can make appointments that way. You can always get a hold of me. One of the things I do, because I am exclusive, I'm not going to answer my phone and interrupt your appointment. You pay me good money for my time.
Right.
And I ask you not to do the same.
Yeah.
You know, because if I'm working on you or something. But it's just a courtesy, and people enjoy that because I'm not interrupting a conversation.
Right.
And everybody knows that I'll get right back to them. And if you text me and say, I need it in such and such week, then I can send you what times I may have available that week. And you get
Yeah.
to pick from 1 or 2 times, and us not sit here and talk back and forth for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Trying
right.
to figure out what we're doing, you know.
No, I'm very much the
Eventually
same
the
way.
website will be set up, you know. With 2 appointment-based businesses, it's sometimes gets a little strange. I'm here anywhere from 7 in the morning till 6 at night. I don't
It's
work.
small business,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Like,
small business.
yeah, I know.
It's my dream. So, you know, and like my dad said, even if you're the broke man, you're the man.
Right.
You know, so,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, years and years of small business. People didn't understand that sometimes it was like 16 hours a day.
Right.
You know, and
the other day I got a phone call, you know, I thought you were finished at such and such time. I was like, oh, I was. Well, where are you? And I'm like, well, I've been doing some research for some workouts tomorrow. And I'm like, I could either do it at home on the computer or I can sit here and do it.
And have peace and quiet
maybe
here.
somebody might walk in.
Yeah, you never
So,
know.
and it's extra, whatever for a haircut. you know.
yeah, I used to do that. When I had a little office and stuff, I would just stay there and do other things because it was peaceful. I could lock the door. No one was bothering me. And
My funny analogy is, what's it like having your own business? I said, it's like being an adult and having your own bedroom. I can invite over who I want to. I get to listen to the music I want to listen to. And if I don't like you, I can ask you to leave. So that doesn't sound very nice, but that's just how I
and then
am.
I started working out. In
And
there,
I
so,
said, that's right.
so it all comes together.
No, I love it. So
Now, your client is mostly locals,
Oh,
probably.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. That would
you know,
know
the
you
average
right
hairstylist retains people for about 7 years.
Yeah, I've been
a
in the
client
same
for
one.
about 7
Come
years.
To think of it, like 8 years. Yeah.
I have clients that've been with me for 24 years.
Oh wow.
so,
yeah. That's neat.
So they've watched me grow up, and I watched some of them grow up, and some
That's
of them that
kinda
are my age, I say the day you asked me for a shampoo and set, which is putting rollers in their hair, I say is the day I quit doing hair. So I've been doing it too long.
Yeah, right.
Right. But no, it's a great. I'll probably be doing it in the nursing home when I'm 90. So so
trying to get them to run.
Trying to get them to run. Come on.
The silver sneakers. You'll be out
I
there.
saw a very motivating meme a couple weeks ago on Facebook, and it said meet the 92-year-old trainee with his 78-year-old trainer, and I was like, and see, I won't have to park cars when I'm 90 or 70, in a parking lot outside in the cold or the heat. When I live in Branson, I'll be able to work at a gym somewhere.
Yeah, I always feel bad when I'm out at certain stores. I don't want to say the name of them, but it rhymes with Small Mart. And you see these people that are obviously in their mid-70s, 80s, and they're, I don't know. I just feel bad when I see them they're carting big things around and stuff. But you're living your dreams, so hopefully.
I'll have the muscles to cart around the stuff.
And your hair will look awesome.
Yeah, well, if I have any left. Right. So there is that hereditary thing. I kind of thought if I became a hairstylist that I would have hair my whole life, I was definitely a child of the 80s, and I left the 80s with big band hair and all of that, and moved to Branson with a purple streak in it. And
we're about the same, because when you look at pictures from me from high school, I had the whole little mullet thing.
Oh,
almost
absolutely.
it was really long and stuff. And people would see me now and they're like, what in the world? That's funny. That is hilarious, because I used to go to someone to get my hair done and he was completely bald, and I'm like, this is kind of weird.
Right.
I don't know. My butcher is not a vegetarian. But that's cool. So, no, it's always nice, somebody with a small business and stuff that gets to do what they want to do, because so many people live their whole life. One story that somebody told me one day is they had a friend that was retiring from a job that he wasn't really excited about. It was an office job, like an accounting job, and he was retiring in a few months, and they said, what are you going to do? And he's like, I can finally do all the things I've wanted to do my whole life. And how sad that was, that he had to wait so long to do that, because he was in a job that he hated his whole life. Right. So, but you got to put together your running of trying to get out of West Plains, apparently, your goal not to go back. And just every 30
I do a drive-by every once in a while.
Do you? We have a lot of drive-bys there.
We call Mondays, we're off on Mondays, and we call them Fun Day Mondays. And we'll hop on a highway we've never been on and drive for 2 hours.
And then try to figure out where you are.
Stores and try to figure,
So. Well, that's good. My grandma, when she got older, she started running like that. She would run 5 miles every day after she retired. 5 miles every day. And she's been retired for 12 years, and we have no idea where she is now.
Somewhere.
she's out there.
Getting further and further away.
Yeah, we have no idea. We haven't seen her. No, but we do that too. We go down to Eureka and all that stuff a lot, because I like the art community and stuff down there. Speaking of which, we have a mutual friend that has the art studio.
Absolutely.
Right down here. And this whole area is just getting revitalized, I think, with the small businesses here, and we have Stonehouse that I'll be talking about next door. We'll be talking with them next weekend. And Calm, and then the art studio downtown. There's a lot of changes.
We have chiropractors here. We have, there's all kinds of those studios popping up in this area.
Is there a chiropractor down here?
There's a chiropractor over here, and there's a chiropractor right across the road over here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I should be using those. Yeah, because I'm literally right there. I can see my house. Nice. But this whole little area just has a lot of stuff for local people, and it's becoming, honestly, it's starting to remind me a little bit of that area in Eureka that we go down to and stuff, with all the little businesses, when you're getting your art studio and just the small, privately owned little businesses instead of the chain
we were
thing.
just up in Kansas City, and Westport kind of reminds me a lot of these little, small businesses. There's resale shops, there's vinyl shops, there's all these fun stores going in, and, Branson's always going to be a retirement community vacation destination. It'll always be a family destination and everything, but generations, cultures change.
Yeah.
And I think that our generation is bringing some new things to the table.
Well, there's new people retired.
Right. There's new people retired.
Grew up in the 70s.
My parents, who are retired now, they're in their mid-60s, aren't their parents.
Right.
You know, my mom didn't like Andy Williams. I appreciate Andy Williams. I love lounge music. You know?
Yeah, me
but
too.
I love my
actually.
grandparents' music, but I don't necessarily like my parents' music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like every other generation.
It's just kind of a funny thing, you know. And I like all music, but at the hop, I don't like it. You know, it's just me
you know,
though.
here we have to keep that in mind that people that are in their, let's say, 60s now, let's see, they would have been in high school in the late 60s, right? No, early 70s. Early 70s is probably when they graduated high school. And so their music and stuff is completely different than the people that were here 10 years ago. Exactly. And so we say this all the time at our show because we get some people that say, we can't believe you're playing this, I can't remember some of the medleys that we do as dinner music. They'll say, you're playing all this new rock and roll. And our music director says, well, that song came out in 1971. That's 40 some years ago.
Yes.
You know, it's not new. And so like our clientele in the area is really changing, and they grew up a little different, and they grew up with the TV, a lot more TV shows and stuff. And so they appreciate, I think, art and culture and that stuff a lot more than they did 10 years ago. I really do.
Even though I cater to local people, this town needs to have a more progressive mind. It's a tourist town. You have to think ahead. You know, you have to think about the next generation. You can't just think about what's happening now or what happened yesterday, because those people aren't coming here anymore.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't living anymore. Some of them have been here more than they need to come here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
or
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
you know, but you just kind of have to think ahead here. And
Yeah. It doesn't need to be radical. I mean, we don't have to have these crazy things. But a lot of people are stuck in the mentality that the big boom around here was in the 90s, you know, and it was all over television on the 60 Minutes or whatever. And they want to stay in that same mode because that worked then. And that was 20 years ago, whatever. But I think it's really changing. And I like to see the little culture and the small little business owners and the creativity of running with Scissorz. Like I still, that's what I like to profile is businesses that are creative. They're using things that they love to do. You obviously love to run, and we'll show those medals and stuff there. Are any of them chocolate filled?
No.
Because I got a gold medal. I joke around, but I really did get a gold medal one time because I lived right next to a big stadium, and so I had to run. It was right there, you know. It was right there. We got to use it for free, and I did get a gold medal in one, and my mom was so proud she had it bronzed. So,
did she? Yeah. She had it bronzed. Nice.
So anyway, so come down, and the exact address is
105 East Hensley, Branson, Missouri, downtown.
Branson, Missouri, and your phone number is
417-527-0984.
Well, see, you still got the memory going. Very good. And come down and see James Cummings, and come down to Runz with Scissorz right down here, and check out all the other businesses around. Come down, get in shape, and get your hair did.
That's right.
Can we say that? Is that okay to say that? Get your hair did?
Sure.
All right. It was good talking to you.
All right.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you so much.
And good luck.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.